Hello. Good morning. Good morning. It is such a wonderful, beautiful Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, March 23rd, and my name is Zoe Baraka. It is so good to see you. Thank you so much for waking up early and hanging out with me on today's Storytelling Time. Today you have me, yours truly, Zoe Baraka. I am coming to you live from the Dear Daughter page, and of course, today the show is To My Younger Self. This is a show that tells stories from our past that will propel us into the future. As always, I cannot see you. So please, please, please say hello in the comment section. Say hi, hug me virtually, give me a thumbs up, say what's up. I always say habari gani. I think it's made people think that maybe I am Kenyan. I'm not. I am from Ghana. So yes. Hi, good morning, Ralia. Ooh, how is it over there in hot Africa? How are you, my dear, beautiful backbone? Can I say that on the internet? Yes, I can. I was about to say habari gani. I was about to say Aquaba. I was about to say, Ralia, help me how to say welcome in Kusal. Please type it in there. I need to be able to say that. That's my local dialect. It's my mother tongue, you know. So yeah, wherever you are in the world, please say hello, say good morning, say what's up, reach out to me and let me know how you are doing. It is so interesting that Ralia is actually hanging out with us today because the story is about her. And yes, Ken, that's how we say it, Kene. Welcome everybody. As always, my name is Zoe Baraka. It is such a privilege and an honor that you allow me to come into your house and into your devices and into your TVs and phones and computers just to hang out for a few moments. So I'm going to set up the story for you. Okay, bear with me one moment. Let me do something right here. There you go. So today's story I've been dilly-dallying with it. I'm trying to figure out if this is something that I actually wanted to share. And I think that I have been released to share it, and you'll understand why very soon. So as human beings, we always have prayers that we pray and things that we ask God for. We're always asking him for things, right? God, being who he is, most often than not will say either yes or no, or sometimes he'll say not now. He never says a maybe. I have to put that out there. God never says a maybe. He always says yes, no, or not now. Okay, put that at the back of your mind. So I've been praying about this particular thing for years. Good morning, Beverly. How are you, my dear? It is it's so good to see you. It's such an honor that you would wake up so early for me. Thank you, my dear. Thank you. Josephine, thank you so much. Please, Josephine, tell me exactly where you're watching us from so I can shout out the country. Yeah. So anyway, as I was saying, this is what God will say. He never says a maybe. God never says maybe. So I've been praying about this particular thing in my life for a long time now. And being a petulant child that I am, anyone who's heard all of the stories that I have shared will know that I am very close to my dad. Indeed, all of my siblings and I are very close to our father. And I am very petulant. I will go on and just keep fighting until I get what I want. From God, that is. And as I was praying and just doing all the things petulant children do, you know, you throw yourself on the floor. Hi, Nigeria. Hello. Nigeria, stand up. I love me some Nigeria. I really hope to be able to visit Nigeria very soon. I cannot wait. Thank you so much, my dear, for letting me know that virtual hug to you. As I was saying, you know, I'm throwing myself on the floor. I am just kicking and crying and saying, God, if you don't do this now, if you don't do this like by 1 week's time, And this whole time, God is silent. And, in my heart of hearts, I know he's saying no, but I don't want to hear him. Good morning, my beautiful sister Elsie, all the way from Canada. I love you, love you, love you. Virtual hug to you. I know you're busy and you still take time just for me. Thank you. Thank you, sis. I love you. So going back to the story, I I'm crying and kicking, and God brought to remembrance something that happened. Indeed, with my sister, she's actually online. She's going to confirm the story for you. My sisters and I lived in a very huge house early on. Actually, I wouldn't say my sisters and I. Let me say myself and my younger sister, the one right after me, because the other two were not exactly born yet. And it was one of those situations where, even though the house belonged to our parents weren't necessarily in that city yet. So one of our other family members moved in first. So then it turns out that it almost seems as though the house belonged to them, because they were using, that's my aunt and my uncle, they were using the master bedroom and, things like that. And by the time my parents were able to get in to the house with us, we were kind of almost like the ones that were, for lack of a better word, perching in the house, as in you're just kind of hanging around the house until you find a place to live. That's how the setup was. And it was a very interesting time because we didn't know better. We kind of just lived together. My little sister and one of our cousins, I will just use her initial. Her name is P. Let's call her P. One of our cousins, P. They are in the same age group. And they fought like cats and dogs. Let me tell you, these kids were always fighting. They would fight about the most mundane things. And then both of them will retreat to their corners and report to their respective mothers, i.e. my aunt and our mom. So my little sister Ralia would go and, tell my mother her side of the story. And then my little cousin will go and tell her mother her side of the story. And it was always fighting, just cats and dogs going at it. It could be something as little as, why did you say the word it? And the fight will just go on. And it wasn't, one of those fights where they just exchanged words. These kids were really at it, in each other's faces, hitting each other like kids. Yes, isn't that interesting? They would just fight and fight and fight. So anyway, always our parents, our respective mothers will say, don't fight. It's not good to fight. Family doesn't fight. They tried everything to try to get these two kids to not fight. My mom kept saying, no, it is not good to fight. No, don't do this. No, don't do that. Ralia and Miss P would not hear it. Now, one day, I think that my mom had just had it. She was tired. She'd had it. These kids were fighting too much. I remember very well, it was in the kids' room, because there was so many kids. We had one room. All the girls had one room. And it was in the girls' room. Ralia, please correct me if I miss some of the details. So my mom said, okay, you guys are fighting again. Come here. She got white chalk and drew a big circle in the bedroom, really huge circle, and put them in the circle. My aunt, I remember another of our aunts who is now in the UK, Auntie Vera, was also there, and her family was there too. And then, of course, there was our corner, and then there was Miss P's family corner. And my mom was one of those women, when she said A, nobody amongst all of our aunties and our uncles, nobody could say B. She was it. So anyway, she said, these kids, I'm putting them in this circle. They're gonna fight to the death today. Ralia, correct me. I'm not very sure how old you guys were. They were not even 7 or 8 years old when mom was pulling the stunt on them. She said, you're gonna be in this circle and you're gonna fight until you cannot fight anymore. One of you has to kill each other today because it looks to me as that is what you want. So of course, these kids get in the circle. They were ready too. They were ready to really fight and kill each other. So of course, yes, I know, Mrs. Elsie, right? They were rumbling in the jungle. My mom was like, yep, duke it out today. They're fighting, and we're on the sideline and we're cheering each other. I mean, each, I guess, nucleus family on. So I'm cheering for my sister. My mom, who put them in the circle, is cheering for my sister. I remember Cousin P's mom is cheering for her. Auntie Vero is cheering for Cousin P because she's from that side of the family. And we're just going at it. Fight, hit her, don't hit her. No, get up. And these kids are fighting at some point. I mean, this must have gone on for at least an hour. Now they're tired and they're begging my mom, can they please come out of the ring? And mom says, no, you're going to keep fighting until there is no more fight left in you. So now they're fighting each other and they're crying, not necessarily from the bruises they'd given each other, but from the sheer exhaustion of fighting each other. The story is so hilarious. They kept fighting and mom says, no, I'm not letting you. At some point, if I remember correctly, Auntie, I was just about to say her name. I'm trying very hard not to give away her name. But so Cousin P's mom was begging my mom and saying, please let them out of the circle. Please let them out of the circle. Mom says, no, today, to say it in Chi, my mom said, you will fight until it chokes you. You know how you eat food and you cannot eat anymore and someone says you must finish this food? That's what mom wanted for them. They just kept at it. They were fighting and crying. No, I don't want to fight anymore. Mom says, no. I think at some point, one of them must have just laid on the floor out of sheer tiredness and sweat dripping off their bodies. Mom picked them up and let them stand and said, fight, keep fighting. So they kept fighting until there was no more fight left in them. They both just kind of lay on the ground crying. Bear with me one moment. Ralia is trying to, oh yeah, she confirms it. She says that, yep, we fought, we got tired, told them we were tired, and mama said no. Got in a shower together, we had lunch and slept for 3 hours straight. That's exactly how mom did it. So, after they fought for so long, mom finally said, okay, back in the day, we didn't necessarily have showers coming through because, Ghana, in Ghana at the time, the showers, the water wouldn't run consistently. So they had to go get buckets of cold water. And they were still young enough that they could take showers together. And mom put them in the bathroom together right after they just finished fighting and, just duking it out in the circle. I think I remember one of the things mom did was she said, until I break the circle, you cannot break through it. So even after the fight, they still had to stay in the circle and stare at each other. And until mom kind of cleaned a part of the circle and told them to walk out of that circle that way. That was very symbolic, except I didn't even understand it yet. I was too young to understand it just until this week. So anyway, that's what mom did. She gave them cold buckets of water, put them in the bathroom together. And in like a span of 2 minutes, we could hear them in the bathroom just chatting and enjoying each other's company and, putting cold water on themselves. And just, they were so happy that they were not fighting anymore. They totally forgot why they even started to fight to begin with. And they were just enjoying each other's company as cousins and as sisters and as family members. And I think I remember one of the things mom had said was, when you're doing something and we tell you no, this is what we mean. No, don't do it. And as I was thinking about the story and as I was laughing and just having a ball all by myself, of course, God will do what he normally does. He says, you know, that thing you've been praying about for a long, long time, and you keep just, accusing me of not being a good father enough because I haven't provided that or haven't done this yet. If you're not careful, that's what I'm going to do to you, what your mom did to your sisters. Let me tell you, I pulled my prayer back so quick. I just said, oh God, I hear you. Because what I do not want to happen is when God actually finally gives you that thing, and just like mom says, Odiamawa ma'afuno, for those of you who don't understand Chi, he's given you too much to the point where it's actually now choking you. There is such a thing as a blessing that chokes, and we have to be careful. And God brought my attention to it. Ralia says, best shower I have ever had. We've been best friends ever since. This is true. They're both married with family and kids now, and they are still very, very good friends, talking to each other all the time. There is such a thing as a blessing that will choke you. I believe back in the day, what my cousin P and my sister Ralia wanted to do was to just fight. And then when mom had finally given them the opportunity to fight, they realized they didn't have it in them to fight at all. So I guess what I'm trying to say is God brought it to my attention. There is such a thing as a thing that you think you want it so much, when as a parent, or me, your father, who is the ultimate source of all sources, because that's what the Bible says. When we call him Father, we're saying he's the highest of all fathers. What it means is that he will give you anything you want, but he will not give you the things that you think you want to hurt you. Not yet. And sometimes he could say no, because believe you me, I believe that in Ralia and cousin P's case, at some point, some of the fights were legitimate. They did deserve to kind of duke it out as kids. I'm borrowing Big Sis Elsie's word. As kids, that's how you learn how to live life on the big stage of life or the arena of life. But not all of it the way they were fighting so consistently every day, every hour. And so I repented very seriously. I went back to God, who is the highest of all fathers, and I said, I am sorry. I do not want you to put me in a ring with life the way mom did with these two little girls. I want to heed what you said when you said either yes or no or not now, because I know you never said a maybe. The thing is, God actually has not really answered me yet. You know what I mean? But what he did say was, be careful the way you're throwing tantrums. And I'm hoping that somebody out there will take something from it. What are you looking for from God? What are you looking for from life? What are you throwing tantrums about? What are you accusing God of either doing too much of or not doing at all? If you're not careful, he might put you in a ring, just like Mama did with Rania and Cousin P. And then where will you be? Indeed, there's a couple of people out there in the world who are probably living that same kind of life right now. They cried and kicked and cajoled and coaxed and accused God so much, he decided to put them in a ring, and now they're fighting. They're in a life, in a fight that is a fight to end all fights. And until God breaks that circle, just like mom did, until he says, okay, now you can stop fighting. I'm going to put some cold water in the bathroom for you so you can take a shower and then take the best 3-hour nap you ever had in your life. I guarantee you, Ralia has probably, not had a nap like that before in her entire life. You know what I mean? So please. Sometimes people tell us we have to pray and push until something happens. There is such a thing as that. But I also believe that sometimes there is such a thing as take a chill pill, rest. You asked God once, he heard you, he's working on it. let it be. Because if you keep pushing him as a parent, he might just put you in the ring and you might not be ready for it. Because again, Ralia and Cousin P were not ready for it. Okay. And that's just it. I know it's kind of like a funny story, but it also gave me such a life-changing perspective. Again, I am borrowing my big sister's words. She likes to say hashtag perspective. It gave me such a turnaround perspective in my prayer life and in the way I ask God for certain things in my life. So I hope it helped you. Once again, my name is Zoe Baraka. That's it. That's the end of the story. But this is to my younger self. As you all know, we are working so hard behind the scenes. We're trying to create a tapestry of stories all across Africa, trying to take it all the way from Algeria to Zimbabwe. Where are you from in Africa? Are you a good storyteller? Please, please, please. I would like for you to reach out to us on the Dear Daughter page. You can also send us an email at the Dear Daughter series at gmail.com. Let us know if you want to tell us a story from your childhood that has helped propel you indeed into your present and also helping to create a better future for you. We want to hear from you. I want to say a big thank you to my line producers, of course, Elsie Dixon, all the way in Canada, Sedinam in Ohio, and of course, Iyidana in Tamale, Ghana. I appreciate all of you so much. Thank you for working so tirelessly behind the scenes for me and indeed praying for this project to take off the way we wanted it to take off. So as you go out, I see that the sun is out already and it's just, bubbling. It's going to be good weather. Please remember, do not let God put you in a circle, in a fight for your life. You do not want that, okay? But there's a couple of comments that I think I should I should share, just a few of them. Ralia says, Elsie says, Ralia Sorogo, that's hilarious. Way to go, mama. Ralia has said this already. She also says, indeed, mama was something else, I tell you. Yes, she was. God bless her and God rest her soul. That woman was a force to reckon with. I could tell you stories for days about our mother. Amma Bilson Ogoy, I believe, if I remember correctly, you're watching us from the UK. I appreciate you, Amma. She says, your mom is a very wise woman. Yes, she was indeed. She really was. I miss her so dearly. Josephine says, so true, Ma. Yes, yes. Mommy was something else. That woman was something else. And of course, Elsie says, nice to meet you, Sister Ralia. Ralia, Elsie is the big sister that I am to you, believe it or not. So yes, I think you guys should definitely connect online and, enjoy each other's company. She also says, Mama is so wise and what a great story and lesson for us and great application. God bless you, sis. Love you. Yes, I love you too. And I am praying for you, sis. You know that. Na Akoa says, I thought I had prayed enough to receive an answer yesterday, but it was a no. I said, okay, Papa, whatever, rolling my eyes, but this is hashtag perspective indeed. Thank you, Lord. This is the epitome of the stories. This is what I always want to happen, that God will use these funny, sometimes traumatic, sometimes deep, sometimes not so deep life happenings to help each other along the way. Thank you for sharing that. I truly appreciate that now. And yes, guys, I appreciate you all. Diana, thank you. Abby, Psalmist, thank you. I think it's time that I brought you on the show because you are as hilarious as ever. I cannot wait for when you come on the show, Minister Abby. And yes, this is it. Thank you for hanging out with me for the last 25 minutes. Again, my name is Zoe Baraka. It has been an absolute pleasure just working with you and hanging out with you today. Again, it's Tuesday, March 23rd. Go out there and be absolutely great. And remember, when God is saying no, it's okay. All right? I love you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.